Welcome back to the channel. I guess you noticed something different about the boat. It's no longer silver, so we're going to go satin black and get rid of that tarnished look. So it's pretty much spent all morning with our daughter sanding back the hull, just the top half, and we just started prepping it with washed it down with palm olive dishwashing liquid. It's got the degreaser in it. Rinse that off. And just chamois that dry, then went over it with some vinegar, all clean rags between the vinegar wash and then the acetone wash, and let that dry off. We put our first coat of our Metal Pro Etch Black Primer. So that's been on for half an hour now, so we're just going to go over the second one. So we've got 2 cans per side, and then we're going to finish off after a couple of hours, maybe 4 hours, or maybe tomorrow, and we'll just go over it with epoxy enamel from Dulux. This one here, after seeing it on YouTube, I thought it'd come up really good. I don't want to have the gloss, I'd rather have the satin just because it's not going to show up all the imperfections. And we should be right to go then. So let's get stuck into the second coat. Just want to make sure I get under the gunnels a bit too. Important we get that first coat on light, let it etch in, start evening out your coats. Even if it's a one direction spray, just to get it nice and even. Just an idea of what's happening. I'll let that dry off again. You can see all the imperfections there, so I'm hoping when the satin goes on, I mean we could have got the dents out, but it's a tinny, I'm not worried. Yeah, we'll get that all finished off on this side and see how that goes. Okay, second coat is on, so we've got to give it a couple of hours before we even touch it with any paint. See, there's a dent there and a dent there, but it's all good. Going through. So 8 out of 10 for the application with the nozzle. It's got a nice fan, not a direct. You can adjust the nozzles on them, but I didn't worry. It was pretty good from the straight out the can. And coming across the other side. There we go. It's hard to see, but it's the second coat on this side as well. Pretty happy with how it's applied itself, and it is around 2 square meters per can, 4.28 meter boat. Still have plenty left over, really. Half a can left out of the 4 cans. There we go. Yeah, so we'll give it some time before we hit the epoxy enamel. Cool. Well, it's been about an hour. Still looks pretty good. So when she's all painted up, I've also got these stickers, the new Quintrex stickers to go back on it, so that'll look pretty sweet once it's done. Yeah, bring it back to life a bit. Don't want to touch it. So total time so far, it took me about 2 or 3 hours to sand the boat down, or basically use the Scotch Bright coarse. You can use anything from 400 up. But yeah, I'll just use this coarse one. I think it's probably a bit more like 320, and just 2 of those, and we just got stuck into that. Really got the stickers off with acetone, and after we were using the heat gun, all the obvious rego numbers, they're gone. Pretty much yeah, cleaning it down with vinegar, soapy detergent and acetone, wiping it all dry, letting it sit for an hour in the heat, and then hit it with a couple of coats of primer. That took over the sort of 2-hour period. Here we are about 1:30 in the afternoon. We've got to wait 2 hours before I can hit it with any paint. See how we go. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Alright, it's time we got this epoxy enamel on. It's been about 2 hours, just over. Had some lunch, relax for a bit. So I'm just going to do a very light coat to begin with. Already on the other side, but the light coat, we'll see how we go. We've still got half a can. I'm just seeing how we go with these light coats to start with. We've got 4 cans. So like I was saying before, there's 300 gram can and there's 2 square meters per can. Should coat it enough. So there's 4 cans, that should be plenty. So let's start. Holding it about 15 centimeters from the panel. So I've gone up under the gunnel, just get a little bit up there first. And then a nice even first coat, 15, 17, I don't know, just between 10, they say between 10 and 20 centimeters. 25 centimeters to be honest, on the can. Okay, look. One can did both sides on its first coat, so pretty happy that's actually happened. I didn't think I was going to make it. So very economical, the tin. 300 grams on a first light coat's not bad for a 4.28 meter bait. So here we go. Coat number 1. Again, it's satin finish, so you're never going to get that high gloss, which I don't want for black anyway. So going to give it a couple more hours drying time again now before the second coat. The beauty is I've got 3 more cans, so I could really get 2 more coats to be honest. And that's this side here. Just ensuring that I've got under the gunnels and penetrated right along the ridge here. Coming along. First coat is done. Day 2, I actually left it for 24 hours after that first coat, after reading the Dulux manufacturer's website, just what's recommended for the aerosol can. The first coat, let it really cure that epoxy resin that's in, say, part A I think, in the can, to really bind and start drying off so it's not gluey when you put that second coat down. With that said, it has been windy, but it's been blowing from that sort of southeast, so we're protected in here, but there's still a little bit of dust particles on that surface of the boat just from a 24-hour period. So after reading up, we are to get some warm water and a clean new rag and basically rinse out the water a bit and just go over the panels. You can go over with a bit of fine wet and dry, or not wet and dry, but dry sandpaper. I'm not going to worry about it. And just, yeah, give it a wipe. Just get any dust that's off there and let that dry off for another 10 minutes. And I reckon once I do this, I'll show you the rag and I'll just highlight sitting in the garage for 24 hours will still allow all those dust particles and dirt just to get back on the surface, ready for the next coat. Okay, what are we looking at? Not too bad. Sorry, there's not much light that's going to represent this, is there? I'm going to put that over here. There you go. A little bit of goings on there. That's enough, isn't it? So I'll do the other side. We'll give that 10-15 minutes and then we'll, before the next lot of wind sort of circulates back, and get that next coat on. straight away we've got a problem with the nozzle. I've been shaking it for about 3 minutes, but it's not coming out very well, so I'm going to swap it. Okay, we're good. Good thing to check before you start spraying. Perfect. Going on really nice on that second coat. I'm just making sure I'm not leaving too many gaps this time. Not thick, but just holding it about 20 centimetres off the surface. Give it a shake. I like the way that's going on though. Again, under the gunnels to start with, a couple of flicks. With a slight overlap of where I was. Just watching where the fan's going. I'm not getting disrupted by that wind out there either. There's not a breath of air wafting back in, causing dust problems, particles, to cause imperfections, so that's really good. Alright, it's been about nearly 2 hours now since I finished off the second coat. She's done. There's not much light in here, but I'll just pop that up for a sec. I don't want to... It's touch dry, but... just a quick view. Big reveal. Let's take this tape off. It is a bit tacky, so I don't want to touch the bait while I'm sort of filming at the same time. I should have got the GoPro on this bit, but we'll get there. Work it out. Oh, missed it. Come back to that one. Back we go. Something satisfying about doing that. Oh, it's a magpie. Oh, hey. Okay, let's take this end piece off here. Really, just about do it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I've decided to spray the bottom here. Usually leave that crumb all bare. It gets a bit of abrasion in the water, but yeah, look, I mean, it's got a few little wear marks and impacts, but you know what? It's a lot better than when I first got the boat. It's come out really good, actually. I'm happy with that. Got that dry for 5 days now. Get a bit of baking happening on the weekend. Sun's coming back out on Saturday. Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah, obviously, if anyone's got any better clues of getting off the old anti-foul that's useless now, yeah, just leave a message in the comments below, but I will get that off to make it look a lot better. Put all the stickers on, and should be a good looking boat again. And that's that side as well. I am no painter by a long shot. I don't claim to be. Read the reviews on this particular epoxy enamel and how it has withstanded the seawater elements over time with the corrosive inhibitors that are built into the paint. So yeah, there you go. howling winds, we got it done. Glad I did it before the wind picked up. So if you ever think of doing your own painting, look into it. Can't really do much, but that's a shot. Yeah, alright, so we'll give that a few days drying time and get the sun out on the weekend and bake it up in the sun a bit too. And then I'll put the stickers back on it, the new Quintrex stickers left and right, back on there. And we're just going to try and get some more reel-to-mill decals made up for the side of the boat and put the rego numbers back on as well at the front there. Alright, see you when it's the finished product. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got some tips, or even better, leave these some tips, because you know, I'm a beginner in all this, but took my time to prep it, didn't rush that, got it all the surface etched up, ready for the etch paint, took my time getting that applied, 2 really good coats of paint after that, and obviously left it for 24 hours between each coat of paint of the epoxy enamel, because that has to go off before we put the second coat on, otherwise it's just going to pitch, scratch off and look horrible. Alright, we'll talk soon, we'll get back onto this boat on the weekend and I'll show you the finished product. Morning, just about to take the boat out for a little test run with the new paint job. Hopefully the sun might come out today and help bake it on a bit. A bit more presentable than the old tarnished tin. Now I've just got to go get some fish.